everyone, this is Venom, and today we are beginning our new video series. This is going to be our series on full Destiny 2 builds. Now I want to thank everyone. Our basic build series is doing very well. We're up to 210 subscribers. I love each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much. We are pushing along. The series is doing very well. I've got a lot of positive feedback. We're going to continue doing it, but I've decided to go ahead and do our full build series as well. Now I had held off on doing full builds on the channel because I was scared they may not do well because so many other popular YouTubers do builds all the time. It seems like everyone and their mom has build videos out there. But I went ahead and I took advice of another YouTuber, and I forgot who it was who said this at one point. It was in one of their videos, but they said that every video is someone's first. And I also realized talking to some clan members that a lot of the resources I use and a lot of the people that I watch and a lot of the builds I know about, not everybody knows about that. I take for granted a lot of times that I have a lot of time where I can kind of put in my headphones while I'm working and listen to builds, or I'll get a little extra time on my hand. You know, I stay up later. I don't sleep as much as my wife does. So I only get like 4 or 5 hours of sleep every night. I'm weird that way, but I got a lot of extra time to where I'm watching these builds. So not everyone has time to do that. So I'm usually aware of some stuff that a lot of other people aren't, including some of my clan members, I might add. There are people in my clan I've done 50, 100 raids with, and they were unaware of some of the tools we're going to go over today to make builds. So that's why I'm going to go ahead and do that. And we're going to start off the series by showing off some of those tools that some of those bigger YouTubers or some of those pro raiders or pro builders actually use to make their builds. Now, these are going to be external websites for the most part to kind of help you make your builds, but we'll go over a couple things in game as well to kind of show you what is going to be used and what's going to be helpful for you to make your builds once you actually start going into the builds themselves. So, first things first, to begin, there are going to be 3 websites that are external to Destiny 2 that are very, very popular. Now, the first one's going to be called the Destiny Item Manager, or DIM for short. But the website here is Destiny Item Manager. You can see here it's DestinyItemManager.com. You can Google it, but you can actually sign into your Bungie account, and they will actually list every item you've got in your vault. You can see here it shows all my weapons, all my armor. You can see I probably need to clear out a bunch of stuff here. It even shows your engrams. I can pull stuff from my post master if I needed to. So this will show you all your weapons and armor that you have and let you search by them as well. Now, in-game Destiny does have the vault, of course. And you gotta bear over here. The vault is new. We can access that from orbit now. So of course we've got the vault. Unfortunately though, we're still very limited in what we can do here. Like I can sort the vault a few different ways here, but unfortunately you can't actually search for anything, and you don't get the same functionality that you're going to get with the Destiny Item Manager. Unfortunately, I mean, the Destiny Item Manager is just not as restricted as Destiny 2's actual in-game engine is. Here I can not only just search for any kind of weapon, like for example, I want to search for auto rifle, I can search for any auto rifle and it pulls them all up. I can search for individual damage types, so if I type in solar, it is solar. This will pull up any and every solar weapon I got, you see? They got rid of all those primaries, and there we go. All my solar weapons popped up. We can even search by individual perks. So let's say I want to search by Demolitionist, and bam. Every weapon I've got that has the Demolitionist perk on there. So this is really cool. It is really helpful when you're making your builds, because oftentimes your builds, you want to search for a certain weapon, or you may need to search for a certain perk. This is going to be very much needed for you, and will be used for another website we're going to go over later on. So the second website we're going to go over, here we go, LightGG. This is the Armor Picker. That'll be the third one. So this is LightGG. This is essentially a repository of all the weapons in Destiny 2. So if you're ever curious about where to find a weapon, what stats are on a weapon, what perks you roll on a weapon, you're going to want to go to LightGG. You can actually search up any weapon here. Let's say I want to check out the 7 Seraph SMG here I clicked on the front page. You can actually click on it and it will tell you where to find the item right here. So it'll tell you what kind it is, what kind of ammo it takes, when it was introduced, current drops, and it will actually show you all the different perks that it can possibly roll with. And if we have a weapon that has like multiple seasons, like let's take the Hung Jury. The Hung Jury has been around for a while, and it's got several different versions here. We got the Hung Jury from Season 19. We got the added version of it. We got the Season 20. And looks like we got the season 14. So there's 3 different seasons of hung juries that are out. So we can click on any one. So let's say I wanted to check on the rules for season 19. We're going to go ahead and click on season 19. For the added version of it, it'll show me everything that could roll on that hung jury from season 19. Now, obviously, we're past that. We're up to 20 as the latest one. So let's take a look. That is 2 words, not 1. There we go. Hung jury SR4. Season 20, and this again will show you all the possible rolls you can get from it, as well as where to find it at. So you can see here some of the best rolls. They were actually have different colors. They were color code what the general consensus is for what's good for PvE and what's good for PvP. You can see here blue is typically something that people want for PvE. Red is going to be PvP, and yellow is for both PvE and PvP. So you can kind of get an idea of what the god rolls are for these. This is going to be a great repository of pretty much every weapon in Destiny 2. Now, whether it's attainable right now or not, it doesn't matter. It's still going to be in here, and it's going to show you all those possible rolls you can get. And finally, we are going to have, and one more thing. If you're ever looking for a specific weapon too, you can also, I'm not signing it right now, but you can find, you can actually find weapons that may have perks you want on them as well. So here we've got, this is a God roll finder, but let's say I wanted to find an SMG that had, say, Demolitionist on it. So I toggled everything off first here on the left side. We're going to scroll down. We're going to find the SMG. SMG is right here. We're going to toggle it on, and it's going to give us a list of all the perks that can roll on an SMG. So we want to find a Demolitionist SMG. We're going to search for Demolitionist, and here we go. Demolitionist, we click on it, and it's going to populate every single SMG in the game that can get Demolitionist on it. And it'll show you what it is. We got Borrowed Time, Ikilos, No Survivors, all these different weapons that roll with Demolitionist. It'll show you not only the ones that roll with it, it'll show you what column they roll in as well. So that is very, very good if you're looking to find like a specific weapon with specific perks on it, or maybe specific damage types. Late GG is going to be your place to go. So finally, we've got the D2Armor Picker. Now, what this does is it takes all the guess and math work out of trying to find the perfect combination of armor pieces to get the maximum amount of stats. Okay. So what you do is you're going to log into this. You're going to choose what character you want to check out, and you're going to choose what exotic piece you're going to build around. Okay. In this case, we're going to go for the 6 Coyote. We click on 6 Coyote, and it's going to populate every possible stat we can get up, or what all we can get those stats up to. So as of right now, using a 6 Coyote, it is possible with the armor we own to get at least any one of these stats up to 100. Okay. So what we want to do is we want to go ahead and check or click on whatever armor piece we're going to use. We're going to scroll down, and then we're going to actually type in our build too. We're going to put that we're using Strand. We put all the different fragments we're using. And the reason we do that is because each fragment is going to give plus or negative in certain stats. So we want to make sure all those are set. And then once we got that set, we got the armor piece set, then we're going to go ahead and start putting the stats where we want them to be at. Now, let's say we want 100 resilience. That's going to be our number 1 stat. We want 100 resilience on that. We're going to click 100 resilience. That is going to recalculate what I can now possibly get if I have 100 resilience with the armor I own. So you can see it is not possible with the armor that I own to have both 100 resilience and 100 recovery. The best I could get would be, say, 80 recovery. You can see the same here in intellect. The best I could get would be 80 intellect or 90 strength. Okay. Now, in this case, I want to do, say, resilience, and I wanted to do mobility. It's 100. I want 100 mobility. I click on that. It's going to further reduce what I can and cannot have on here. So we can see I now can't get more than 30 recovery using all the different combinations of armor I own. I can still get up to 90 discipline, up to 40 intellect, and 60 strength. We're going to go ahead and do discipline, get that up to 90, and we can see I'm up to 20 or down to 20 recovery, 30 intellect, and 30 strength. And you can see on the right as well, all these listings of all these lines here, these are all the different armor combinations that I can use to get these stats. So let's say we decided that this is what we want to go with. We're going to click on the first set of armor here. We're going to click on it, and it's going to show all the actual armor and what all their stats are. It's going to show you exactly what I need to get those stats there. But I know that's a lot of stuff to look at. You don't have to worry about that because this works, like I said, with the first website I showed you, the Destiny Item Manager right here. So what we're going to do is, that search function I showed you earlier, we're going to make use of that. So what you do is you actually click. Now here's a blue button that says copy dim query to clipboard. You're basically going to click on that. It's going to copy these armor pieces. You're going to go over to Destiny Item Manager, and you're going to paste right there in that search box. It is going to show you each individual piece of armor that it pulled out of there. So to get this combination of stats right here that I was looking for, I got the helmet on right now. I've got the arm piece right here in my vault. I've got the chest piece in my vault. And I'm currently wearing the boots and wearing the class item. It is that simple. Okay? I just do another example here. Let's say I want to go to my Titan. We're going to clear everything out here. Let's say we're going to choose a totally random exotic. We're going to click on, say, here we go, the Pyro Gale Gauntlets. Okay, I think I just got these. Haven't done anything with them. Okay, I'm going to, again, go ahead and check out and decide what I want my stats today. Want my stats to be. So, it's a solar. Let's say I've got Benevolence. We're going to do some random ones here. Empyrean, Searing, and Tempering. Those are the ones that I got on there. Okay. It's not, but let's assume that's what it is. So, again, I can get, it looks like with those stats, I can get everything up to 100 except for strength. So, no combination of armor that I currently own can possibly get me up to 100 strength. Now, I'd have to get more armor focused on strength, but that's another story. So, again, I do resilience because it's a Titan. Resilience is going to be your number one. And you can see we've already got a lot of stuff diminished here. Let's say I want to go intellect next for my second stat. I can get up to 90. I can see now the most I can get is 50 recovery, 70 discipline, and 30 strength. Let's get my discipline up to 70. We want to use that one next. And we can see we're down to only 2 combinations of armor that can possibly get us this combination. So again, we're going to go ahead and click it. It's going to expand it. You're going to copy the clipboard. You're going to go to the D2Armor Manager. You're going to delete all that out of there first. You're going to paste in the new items. And again, for the Titan, bam, you see all the Titan items here now. We got the helmet right there in the vault. We've got the gloves in the vault. You can see this is my Titan row here. I've got the chest piece in my inventory. I've got the boots in my inventory, and I've got the class item in my inventory. So you can see exactly what stats you can make for any items you got, any exotic items you got. This will help you actually do all that math that we used to have to do. It was a massive pain in the butt. This is going to help you do that. Now, there's more functionality you can mess around in here, like you can exclude certain armor pieces. Like, let's say you don't want to use that helmet for some reason. You can click on it, or you can click disable, and it'll recalculate everything, but it won't use that helmet anymore. There's a lot of different functionality you can do with this, but this is the basics. Now, by default, it's going to assume that your items are all masterworked. You can click that setting to make it not, like if you don't have any of the, you don't have the materials to masterwork stuff. You can go down and check and mess around with a lot of the settings, but this is going to be your new best friend when you start making your builds. When you want to get your stats and really start getting those stats up to 100, this is going to be your new best friend. Okay, so some more stuff to kind of know about in-game. Now, for most of the exotic stuff you're going to want in the game, your exotic armor, there are some quests where a lot of them you can get from finishing certain campaigns and on Legendary. However, the majority of them you're going to get from doing Legend or Master Lost sectors on the day of that on that rotation day. So let's say I wanted to get an exotic chest piece, I would have to actually do a Legend or Master Lost sector on chest day. Now, going here to my destinations here. Now, I'm back up here. This little half moon there, or I'm sorry, half moon, upside down U or a little N here, that symbol means that is the lost sector for that day. Now, to have it pop up, you actually have to do the lost sector, so it is a good idea to do all the lost sectors in the game. That way you can kind of do them when it's that day. But you can see if I scroll over it, it actually shows me that today is going to be a legendary weapon day. Now, weapons are a relatively new addition to lost sectors. Before it was only armor, but weapons are added in there now as well. However, if it was, say, chest day or helmet day, it would show me that it was chest or helmet day there as well. Now, when you're doing this Legend or Master Lost sectors, you are going to have to worry about different champions. Of course, there are Barrier, Unstoppable, and Overload champions. We can cover that in a different video, but you are going to have to do these Lost sectors, both dealing with those champions and doing them solo. Now, doing them solo on Legend, I believe you got about a 25% chance to get a exotic chest piece, and doing it on Master, I think it's like a 35% chance. Your best bet is to perform it on Legend. Doing it on Master is much, much more difficult. It's going to slow you way down. Your best bet is to farm on Legend. Now, the exotic pieces you're going to get out of Lost sectors are typically going to be pieces you have not yet collected. So, to check what you have currently in your collections, you go to Collection. You're going to go to Exotic. You're going to go to your armor pieces, and you're going to check and see what you do and don't have. So right now, since I have everything for the Hunter in here, if I'm ever running a Legendary Lost sector for armor, it's going to just give me a random piece out of here. But let's say I was missing the Aeon Swift, or I was missing the Foe Tracer. When I go and do that, I'm instead going to choose from a pool of Legend or exotics that I'm missing. So when you're doing your lost sectors, if you're trying to fill in any missing exotics you got, you're going to want to go ahead and knock out that lost sector. Now, the other way to get exotics is going to be doing nightfalls, especially Grandmasters. Exotics typically rain like candy doing Grandmaster Lightfalls. However, that is a much more difficult way to get them, and you cannot target exotics then. Now, the last way you can get exotics is like this. Now, if you don't like the roll of the exotic you have, or you want to get different rolls of exotics, you can actually go to Master Raoul in the tower, and here you see me in the tower right now, and you can actually roll for different exotic pieces. So let me show you here. I've got 2 exotic engrams. I can actually go up to the focus decoding, and you can actually choose to decode different exotics. So you can either choose helmet, chest, glove, or leg pieces. You're going to get random pieces from there. Doing it's going to cost you 1 exotic engram, 30,000 glimmer, and 10 enhancement prisms. Or you can focus from different seasons. You can see here, we got Forsaken, we got Shadowkeep, Beyond Light, Witch Queen, and of course, Lightfall. Now, the best thing you're going to want to do, because if you're wanting a specific exotic, you want to actually specifically decode that one, you want to go to the next page, and this will show you all the different exotics that you can actually decode. Now, these are all individual, okay? So let's say I wanted to get, again, Foe Tracer. I didn't like the one I had, where I can now come up here, and I can decode specifically for Foe Tracers. Now, these are much more expensive. You can see it takes 2 shards, 60,000 glimmer, and 1 exotic engram. These are going to be much more expensive, but these are going to be worth it. Now, when you want to decode armor and you're looking for specific stats, do not forget your ghost shell has actually got an armor mod slot on it. So here on my ghost, you can see on the 3rd slot, that is your armor mod slot. Whatever stat you're looking to farm, you're going to want to make sure you've got on that stat mod to make sure you get at least 10 in that stat. So right now I've got in the Discipline Armor mod. That means no matter what armor piece I get, it's always going to have at least 10 in that stat. Finally, we've got the last thing, and that is, of course, the loadouts. Bungie recently added in, I'd say recently, in the last couple of seasons, added in the ability for us to save loadouts. They were a bit buggy at first, but they are working fairly well now. Yeah, make sure you're saving your loadouts as you're going. I think you start off with 6 loadouts. It's been a while since I unlocked the rest of them, but you can get up to 10. I think you actually have to unlock the others on like step 6 or 7 or so. So once you knock that out, you get access to all 10 of them, and it's going to be 10 per character. So you can see here, I've used all of them. I've got certain loadouts that just basically don't go away, and then some that are just kind of experimental a lot of times. But make sure you're saving your loadouts. It's going to save you a ton of time. Just make sure you don't overwrite the wrong ones, or it'll be a bad time for you. All right, folks, that's going to be it for today. Again, these are just the tools we're going to be using going forward in the build series. The way I'm taking this is that the people watching this are completely new to Destiny 2. They've never made a build. It's the first time seeing any of these tools, so I'm taking everything from the beginning, step by step, to the best of my ability to explain it going forward. So we're starting off with the basics today. These are the tools that we typically use, and we're going to be starting off with my first build coming up this week. It'll be my first one. It's going to set the pace for the rest of them. I'm going to make a build for every one of the shorts I did, and then once we're done with those, we go back to making more shorts, or I'm going to put some more shorts out in between. So we'll see. I've actually got to go through and actually make builds for some exotics I've never used before, because I would like to actually make shorts for all of them. There's some that I've just never made builds for because I've just never used exotic. I've never had a reason to, or they are more suited for PvP or something like that. We're going to go through. We're going to be using every exotic. So I'm going to pretty much double or triple my knowledge by the time we're done with this. But yeah, that's going to do it for today, guys. Again, these are the basic tools. Go ahead and check out those websites again. I'm going to leave them down in the description below. Again, that's the Destiny Item Manager. That's Light GG, and that is the Destiny Armor Picker. These are all very useful tools that even today I use almost every time I'm making a build playing Destiny 2. If I'm raiding, I've always got the Destiny Item Manager up. And believe me, these people who are doing raid races or making these pro videos as well, or making all these build videos, these are the same tools they're using as well. So that's the secret. Again, it's not you cheating or anything, but these are the ways they're able to put these out, and the way they're able to make the builds easier, I should say. The way that they can, the tools they have to help them do that. So you're going to have access to those tools as well. So thank you all for coming by, and I will see you guys on the next build video here in about a day or two.